Hey, love. Welcome to the ChiLOVe Radio Show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeart Radio, and Spotify Premium. I hope all is well with you today. If not, hugs and healing to you, love and restoration to you, justice to you. Whatever it is that you need, may it come to you. Today, we're going to talk about manipulation. Now, what does it mean to manipulate? To manipulate means to control or to influence, but it's typically in a skillful manner. And one of the ways that they pull this off is by being charming. You can kind of substitute the skillful manner part for the word charming. It's typically in a charming way. A lot of times when you first meet people who are especially master manipulators, because they know that they can't just come to you always with the iron fist. So they'll come to you as charming. They'll come to you as kind. They'll come to you as the good guy. They'll come to you as someone who you don't have to feel unsafe around. But they will tend to use that charm and start to yield a cycle of abuse with it. They use that charm to reel people in. They use that charm to mask the real evilness that is within themselves. And they are masking their evilness because they feel like it's a game. That life is a game. That being genuine, being sincere, being kind, being truly loving, that's all game. These type of people don't believe that people are naturally good. They actually believe that people are naturally evil. They believe that majority of the people are dishonest and likely to take advantage of each other. So with a person with that type of mindset, even if you have no plans to take advantage of them or manipulate them, they're still going to do it to you anyway. They don't believe your sincerity because they're not sincere. And they tend to mislead others, take advantage of people for their benefit. And sometimes you'll hear people say, well, I'm not going to do anything if I'm not going to get anything out of it. So master manipulators are those type of people. If they are doing something for you, you have to understand that there is a price that either you've already paid for it or you're going to pay for it. They tend to be self-righteous to a point, self-righteous to a fault. Self-righteous to a fault, to the point to where nobody can really point out to them where they made their mistakes, where they erred, or that it in fact was wrong. Now, they may, just for the sake of argument or shutting the situation down, say, okay, yeah, I was wrong for whatever it is, whatever the situation is. But how you would know that they feel like they was wrong with it is that the behavior will start to change. If a person is saying that they're wrong or they're sorry for something, but the behavior is continuing or even getting worse, they don't believe that they really did anything wrong. These type of people tend to embellish details. And they do this to sway the audience. And a lot of times it'll be truth in what they saying. And that'll be the part that hook you. But when they hook you with that truth part, that'll be the underlay for the overlay because there's lies attached to it. You have to pay attention to people's language. Because you got some people who say a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing. You have to listen to the way people word their phrases. You have to pay attention to what's not being included in their language. A lot of their phrases are ambiguous. Ambiguous means that I can't take anything from what you just said. You said something so general, that could be anything. It could be anything. So they say a lot of ambiguous phrases. For example, say something that you have to decide, a decision that you have to make. And let's say they want you to do it, but you more so leaning towards not doing it. They'll say, well, that's your choice, but walk the band. See, now originally when they first started off talking, they said that's your choice. So that's where the power is in your hands. But when they said but, they are now infringing on your own personal autonomy. That but is the point where their motive is to change your mind, but to do it in such a way to make you think that you changed your own mind. They groom you. They groom you into their thinking pattern. And you subconsciously start to get with their program, and you move and you do things the way that they actually want it. Objectively speaking, it is a serious power move. Objectively speaking, to be able to sway the crowds, whether it's men, women, girls, boys, animals, and insects. That's a very powerful skill, very powerful gift. But what are you using your powers for? So if you want to take it from the scientific breakdown of what this manipulation is and transfer it to a slang phrase of understanding the process of manipulation, it's this: you fuck the man and the body gonna follow. That's what the process, that's what manipulation is. Fucking the man and making the body follow. Pimps are excellent at this. A lot of men are excellent at this. A lot of women too. Because you want to get your way. And I mean, who don't want to get their way? But are you willing to bend somebody else's will to get your way? When you're willing to do that, that's a problem. And you didn't put a person to go against themselves for your benefit. Especially if the backlash, is just negative toward the person who is being manipulated. They get nothing out of it. Nothing but pain. Nothing but a decrease of joy, life, liberty, a decrease. So you may have the power to influence people with your speech. You may have the gift of gab, as they say. But use your power for good. So you also have noticed that a lot of these people sometimes tend to be passive aggressive. And when it comes to a manipulative person, there is such a variety of schemes and techniques that a person can use. And it's so varied because of the type of people that they come into contact with. So different strokes for different folks. So you'll find some manipulators who use they're passive aggressive. And they'll give you the silent treatment. The silent treatment, me for example, if I'm giving you the silent treatment, if I'm giving you the silent treatment, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, that's the bottom line. I don't want to talk to you. But these people, they will give you the silent treatment in an attempt to get you to bend your will. Let's say that you exposed them in a situation where they was trying to cover it up or was, lying about it. And technically, they are the one who is in the wrong. They didn't get caught up in something in the wrong. They initiated it. They acted it out. And came and put the period on it after it was done. And you approach this person about it. One, they do not like to be confronted about anything that they do. Manipulators do not like to be confronted about anything that they do. You immediately wrong when you confront a manipulator. And so they have different ways to deal with this. And so sometimes you'll get that passive aggressiveness. So you have exposed them. They more upset than you. And then all of a sudden, get silent on you. Houseway. They get silent on you and not want to talk to you like you the one who did something wrong. And what that is doing is, it is trying to, again, get you to bend your will. Find some type of way to justify what they did in your mind to make it be okay. Make you feel guilty. Make you feel shame. Gossip about you to people. Just keep your name running in the dirt. Keep your name running. Or make little slack comments. And I know we have a lot of those people who make little slack comments, little underhanded comments about their position and your position. What they have to do versus what you have to do. What they got going on versus what you got going on. People make little sly little comments. And they say it in such a way that a lot of times it pops up in your mind later, or you have to think twice, like, was that shade? And yes, it's shade. It's shade. Because one of the things with manipulators is that they love to feel superior over others. So they're going to learn you. They're going to learn you. They're going to find out what makes you tick. And then they use it against you. They pull you in. They pull your people in. Whoever they have access to. And everybody in their life is for some type of personal gain. A lot of times, manipulators are very good. They're also very good at reading people. They're also very good at reading people. And they will surround themselves with giving people. They will surround themselves with forgiving people. They will surround themselves with people whose self-esteem isn't as high. They will surround themselves. They're the people that they surround themselves with. You are around for a specific reason. You play a specific role, whether you realize it or not. And it's not a situation where I take care of you, you take care of me. It's a situation where you're going to take care of me. And whatever it is that I do, it's going to be grains of sand in comparison to what I took from you. Now, I want you to think about people in your life. Think about people up in your life. Because I know that you know people who are in alignment with some of the stuff that I've just said already. Now, all of these, for example, a person can be charming and not be a manipulator. Okay? A person can give silent treatment and not be manipulating. It's just the way that the person has taken these qualities and has chosen to use them. For example, let's look at Mama Daddy God and Satan herself. Let's look at the cross. Have people on Mama Daddy God's side, the cross is sitting straight up. Whereas if you go over on Satan's side, the cross is upside down. It's like that type of method. That's how come a lot of people are so untrusting, because they come across as a trusting, genuine person. Somebody that you will feel comfortable enough to reveal yourself in front of. And it gives real, genuine people a very, very hard time, because they done already been swindled by the fake love that came before you arrived. These type of people usually have you scared to say no to them. If you do say no, they are applying pressure, okay? They are applying pressure to where if you don't have it, you gonna find a way or make a way to get it. They are applying some type of mental pressure, whether it is by that forced control, or by making you feel guilty about not being able to do it, or making you feel less than by not being able to do it. They have a tactic to get you to work for them. A lot of times these people talk in circles. Oh Lord. They dodge questions. You could ask them a direct question and they can talk. And by the time they finish talking, they didn't answer your question. They talked about everything but the answer to your question. They good at gaslighting, flipping it around, twisting facts, making you seem like you the crazy one. A lot of times, people who are considered master manipulators usually have personality disorders, like borderline personality, obsessive compulsion, bipolar, antisocial personality disorder. They usually have personality disorders. But the personality disorder does not stop them from being able to make the choice to manipulate a person or not. They are aware of what they are doing. And instead of going to get help for it, they have found a way to use it as an advantage for them. And it's all to get whatever they want. A lot of times manipulative people like to bring you into their territory around their people so that they can control the energy. They can control the atmosphere. Snoop Dogg said, and at the same time she earning a man and learning a man, it's the same thing, and then burning a man. It's the same thing a manipulator does. Learn you to burn you. They ask all type of, they might start off with little general questions. Stuff that, it's nothing for you to answer. A little small talk. And then they're going to start to ask detailed questions. And they asking it in such a way that you're not thinking anything about it outside of you and this person are getting to know each other. But they're getting to know you all right because they need to know what to use, what they can use against you. They need to know what tactics can be most effective to get you up under their control. And if you're a little, you have a brain and you can stand on your own 2 feet, that becomes very confrontational with a master manipulator. Because you need to know your place now. Who are you to think for yourself? I'm going to do it for you. And a lot of times, they find ways to punish you or bring you problems or try to ruin your reputation or something like that. Because you would not succumb to their power. Because you realize or already knew that you had your own power. And if you don't know, now you know. You got your own power. You got your own mind. Now, it's one thing if you are in agreement with something that somebody is talking about and it's you that's in agreement. But it's another when somebody else is fucking your man to make your body follow. And they will overwhelm you with information. So much so to where nothing was accomplished, but you exhausted and you don't even want to talk about it no more. And they treat you like this because in their eyes, while they have the crown, you are the peasant. Even if they big you up and compare you to other people. That's all a part of the man fuck, baby. Bigging you up to tear you down. Because in their mind, you was already inferior to them. In the best way, a lot of times, these people also, when they are trying to make a point, especially when you are not in alignment with what it is that they're saying, they want to get loud. Shut the fuck up. Because just because you loud don't mean nothing. Nothing. You can be loud and still be a non-factor. You could be loud and the words that you are saying are still pointless. That means nothing. That's a tactic. And a lot of times even if this person don't have to be somebody that you live with. It could be a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a friend. But it's just the fact that this is the way that they treat you. And they know what to do and say to you to get you to move like they want you to move. They know what to do and say to you when you resist them moving, how they want you to move. It is indeed a form of abuse. People think it proves their point because they holler, they want to intimidate you and get the body language is aggressive. You got to watch that here in 2021 for to be 2022. Because body's dropping. You gotta watch it. This ain't back in the day. We have gotten to this point as a people because of how we have been treating each other. And then sometimes, I'm gonna tell you some more stuff that they do. Say y'all could be talking about some arguing, whatever. You could actually kind of like have the upper hand in the argument. They'll blurt out something unpleasant, a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't know I fucked your sister. You ain't know I really was over there. Something to just straight knock you off your motherfucking square. My mom or dad. Something to straight disarm you. So that they can regain control over the situation. They'll give you ultimatums with no compromise. They'll make you the butt of their jokes. And then when you get upset about being disrespected, they'll tell you that you're too sensitive. They'll judge you openly. They treat you like you never good enough and that you have to keep earning their love over and over and over and over again. Nothing you do is ever good enough to where y'all will be equals. You will always keep running, always keep chasing, always keep working. They like to play dumb to avoid accountability. They are your friend only when it's convenient for them. And Lord have mercy, they play the victim. Ooh, they play the victim like they play the victim better than the victim. And when you get down to the root of everything, a lot of times you discover that this person who is playing the victim actually set everything into motion. Set the stuff into motion, and then even when stuff starts to try to calm down, amp it back up. Because they need that type of energy. They like that commotion and chaos. We love y'all here at the ChiLOVE Radio Show, Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, and Spotify Premium. Hugs. Love.